Okay, so today is December 6th of 2024, and gonna go over yesterday's price action real quick. So yesterday was actually kind of interesting. Well, every day is interesting. But yesterday, right off the morning, before 0930 started, I had expected price to sweep buy side because sell side was already swept on the 15 minute. Yeah, on the 15-minute price had already swept buy side. I mean, it had swept sell side, then I was expecting price to come up here and sweep buy side. And that's exactly what happened. So again, 0930 saw this right here, saw that NQ swept sell side on of Asia, and ES did not sweep sell side. SMT, and then so that's first stage SMT. Second stage SMT was right here when ES swept London low on ES, but on NQ it did not sweep London low. So that's first stage SMT, second stage SMT. Okay, so two stages of SMT, pretty good on the 15 minute. Go down to 5 minute. Notice here we have buy side liquidity swept, sell side liquidity swept on the lower time frame. So that again, that to me was indicative of price action looking to draw higher. We had this high here as the 1 hour buy side liquidity, as well as the previous day high. And so going into that, I saw that price had swept buy side, price swept sell side, price displaced higher. Did not close above this yet, but displaced higher, drew some gaps here, and so I like that. I like that. I like the fact that price was consolidating going into the 9:30 open. This consolidation right here is what I was paying attention to. And ES did something similar, but it did not retrace back into 50%. So that's why I liked NQ better than I liked ES. Either way, I was happier to have gone with NQ rather than ES. And so again, I was watching. What I wanted to see is I wanted to see buy side get swept, and it did here, right? Then it came back down. The only problem was, and the only reason why I didn't get in was because this down move did not draw into 50% of the range. In fact, it actually created relative equal lows, right? It created relative equal lows. So as soon as it did that, I knew immediately that a lot of traders jumped into this trade. They jumped long, right? They jumped long and they left sell stops here. Yeah, they left sell stops here. And so because of that, I had expected price to come back down and sweep and draw back into 50% of the range. By that time, we were already drawing up to this area here. We had swept this area here, but we did not. And we did actually sweep that 1 hour buy side liquidity. But the fact that we only swept it and immediately rejected kind of gave me indication that we would actually draw higher. And that's exactly what happened. We came down, swept these relative equal lows, drew into this imbalance here, and immediately draw higher. I jumped in long here. I should have had buy limit orders here, but instead I marketed in, and my fills were, I think it was right around here, covered into these areas up here. That's it, done for the morning session. I was not in love with the 10 o'clock macro. Yeah, I did not like the 10 o'clock macro because, yeah, for some reason I just did not trust it. I didn't see an actual setup. I mean, we did have displacement, and I just did not trust it. So what I actually did was I actually traded against it. I actually got short. I think it was right here, and I got stopped right here. Not a bad trade. Ill-advised also because there was no setup. I didn't. I mean, we had this mitigation block here, but I just did not like it. And if I had stayed in the trade, maybe a little longer, I could have probably possibly, covered down here into this little sell side here, and then ultimately this little sell side here. But obviously, we did not get swept. So I left it alone. Came back at the 1100 macro. 1100 macro, I had noticed that we had generated liquidity, relative equal highs all the way through this down move right here, right? Not only that, though, we had 15-minute order block right here. 15-minute order block. And on the 5 minute, we also had a 5 minute order block right here, right? But I wasn't looking at that. I knew that price was drawing lower, and at that point we were right here. But what I had expected was I actually wanted to see price come back up and sweep buy side again. Why? Because we swept buy side first on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we swept buy side, and then we came back down to sweep sell side. Double purge. When that happens, you get long into this high here. Um, and that's exactly what happened. That's what I ended up doing. And I actually got in on the 1 minute, a little too late, but still my entry was still within that threshold. So I got in right here. Once I noticed this gap hold, this inversion gap hold right here, and I got in with the expectation the price would draw higher and hold above this 5 and 15 minute order block. 3 multiple time frames in agreement. Once it did that, covered into this area here, and left one contract. The only problem was I actually left the contract and left with a buy stop. I believe it was right around here somewhere. Uh, yeah, it was right here with this gap here. I wanted this gap to remain open, and it actually didn't. So still covered, above break even. But I should have just, I should have just left my buy stops right at this low here. Knowing that these lows here are protected. There was also 15-minute SMT between this low and I believe it was this low here. It was somewhere here, but this low and this low also had SMT. Not only that though, but uh, the draw lower was also 50% of this range here. So I bought at discount, covered at premium. I wish I would have had one left and I wouldn't have gotten stopped to cover it above here, but still, pretty good win, 2 good wins for the rest of the day. And I was good. I was good for the rest of the day. So today, what am I expecting? Today, I'm expecting price to draw lower and then draw higher because I'm still bullish. Um, so on the daily, we do have this gap here, the price created, right? That's all I'm paying attention to today. I want to see how price traded after it swept previous day low. I do think that this right here is next week's maybe range, where we draw 20% range and then we draw higher. If we draw lower today, then that's good. I still expect this to be the draw in liquidity in the near future, but I am still expecting higher prices. But this, I think, today is the dealing range here. This right here. This, I believe, is the dealing range. I do want to see price draw lower and then draw higher, maybe close up here if we are to still to draw to a higher area. Yesterday we did sweep sell side already, right here on on NQ we swept sell side, but on ES we didn't. That's SMT between this low and this low here. This low is this low and this low here. It's clearer on the 60-minute, but I'm watching the 4 hour as well. So let's take a look at the 60. On the 60-minute, again, on the 60-minute, we did not sweep this low right here, but on ES we did. On NQ we did, right? So overnight during Asia and London, what I would like to see is I would like to see price sweep buy side. I mean, after it swept sell side here, I want to see a retracement back into maybe this area here, consolidation, draw lower, or a sweep of the high and then draw lower, sweep these lows maybe, and then draw higher and maybe close up here. That's what I would like to see today. I would like to see price to draw lower, to draw higher, to have had a retracement during Asia, then a manipulation during London of the highs, and then a draw lower, and then we get that draw higher. If we drew lower overnight, and maybe we swept these lows here, I'll still be looking for a long. But that all depends on how price drew overnight. So I do have if this then that type of scenarios. So hopefully one of them comes into fruition and we get and I get some sort of play. If none, if I don't get anything, then I don't expect to trade today. I maybe may just paper trade, but that all depends on how price evolves, how price evolved overnight. So yeah, let's go ahead and connect and see how price, what price did. Okay, well, it already did what I wanted it to do, so that's unfortunate. Ah, damn it. Shit. Son of a biscuit. Damn. See, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It retraced back into 50% of this range, this high, and this low here. 50% is here. Came back down, swept, and I was going higher. Here, it did not. SMT. Ah, man, this blows. All right. Crap. um, so I got no play. It already did everything that I had wanted it to do. Um, and starting next week, I think I'll be trading London. Starting next week, I'll be trading London because oftentimes I see Asia consolidate. Then you get that manipulation leg during London, and like I don't mind it when price travels fast, aggressively, or when it decides to just, I guess, consolidate. Um, yeah, or just it decides to consolidate. Uh, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of that. Mm, darn. Okay, let's take a look at the 4 hour. See how here it traded into 50% of this range, and here it didn't. That's why. Ah, son of a biscuit. All right, let's see. Maybe there's something else. Another opportunity. What's YM doing? Let's take a look at the YM. So YM. Ooh. I'll zoom in later. Okay, so YM has. Hmm, this looks familiar. This reminds me of. You know what? Let's. No. Why did it do that? Weird. So I like YM. Um, I like what YM is showing me here. Um, let's see. It aligns with 50% of the range. Yeah, okay. All right, let's take a look at this 4 hour here. Is there a 4 hour here? Nope, there is not. Is there a 60-minute here? what is this? Yep, right here. Traded into, oh wow, it swept buy side and then drew lower. Wow, that's cool. Alright, let's delete this. Okay, so I like this play. I like what I'm seeing here. I expect continuation here. So what I'm gonna be doing is right here. It held at this daily gap here. This one swept previous day low as well. SMT between this low and this low here, and this low and this low here. It's actually a pretty good setup. Alright, let's take a look at the 60-minute. I'll be watching this gap here. Same thing, I'll be watching this gap here, or maybe even this gap. So I do like this. I'll be watching for, yeah, I'll be watching for 50%, a retracement back into 50%, and then that draw higher. I don't know if it'll draw up to, well, it's already drawing above 50% here. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at the 15-minute. We haven't swept buy side. We haven't swept buy side, but on NQ, on YM, we already did. Where is it? Right here. Right here. So what I'm looking for is something similar to months ago. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sure I can find it here. Nope. Nope, that's not it. 120 days. Let's put it 365. Where is it? Yep, right here. I think it's this right here. Is it this one? Either something like this or something like this. Oh, here it is, right here. This is what I'm looking for. We already saw buy side, of course, yeah, but I'm bullish today. So I'm looking for something like this where price comes back down, draws into 50% of the range, and then continues higher. Now, I don't expect it to do it during 1100. I expect it to happen during 930, during the 930 macro. So that's what I'll be looking for today. Let's see. 15. Okay. Big wick here. Just carefully. Okay. This right here is 50%. This long area here is 50%. But I'm not gonna, see, what the hell? There we go, much better. Perfect. Yeah, I don't think we come down here. No, we don't. I wouldn't expect us to because we already swept relative equal lows here. Oh, geez. We have a 3-drive pattern, 1, 2, 3, draw higher. So this to me becomes drawn liquidity, but first, this right here would be the drawn liquidity for me. So I'm going to write this down here. We have relative equal highs up here. And here we already swept. We drew into this imbalance here. balanced price range, draw into 50%. I don't expect this area to get swept, so I'll be trading with that in mind. Let's go back into the 5-minute. Okay, we just swept sell side, so I would expect price to sweep buy side, and then we get that draw lower. All right, here we go. Yep, I like this. So we'll see. SMT at the highs. We haven't drawn into 50% just yet. Okay. This one did not draw into 50% just yet. Yep, this was a pretty good Judas swing right here. Get everybody to get long, sweep this buy stops here. We just swept sell stops. I mean, we swept sell stops. Now we are sweeping buy stops. So I would like for price to come down here. So there's no way I'm getting long up here. I want price to sweep, draw back into this area here, relatively equal lows here, and then we get that continuation higher. Here we have relative equal lows, so I would expect these lows to get swept before price continues higher. So I actually like this one better than I like this one, because this one we just swept buy side on the 5-minute. So we'll see. So this is where I want to get in, and this would be my draw on liquidity up here, these highs. Because you got a lot of people getting long here. And I want these sell stops to get swept first before it reaches the objective. I just hope it does. If it doesn't, then that's fine too. Yep, it hasn't hit it yet. I hope it does. If it doesn't, then that sucks. Well, we just swept buy side on ES. And looks like we're going to sweep buy side on NQ. Darn. I hope we don't. But if we do, then that sucks. So now we can do this. Shit. Looks like that was it. Well, we swept. Son of a biscuit. Okay, well, we are at 50% here. Damn, what the hell is wrong? I don't want to get short. At least not during the macro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect because I don't want to take an early trade, at least not for Friday. So just gonna watch, and hopefully a nice setup presents itself once price sweeps that area. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Let's see here. Yeah, see, I like this right here. We swept buy side here. Now we should come back down and sweep sell side. Then we get continuation higher. If we get that draw higher, I'll get in. I'll get in long. Here we left a bunch of relative equal lows. So I think I like ES more than I like NQ. If I get in long, then that'll probably be what, 14 points. Yeah, I like it. Definitely like it. 50. Actually, no, this is an inversion cap. I'm going to be watching to see how this one closes. Could be this one too. Yep. Jeez, what the hell? Need some water. Watching this gap here. I think this gap is also going to tell me something. But I don't think, again, I think the drawn liquidity are these highs up here. We already took internal buy side. Now it's external. S&T down here, S&T here. So the higher time frame is telling me that here. But obviously, I'm only looking for internal buy-side liquidity. Well, my internal, and then if it's drawn higher, then I'll take it off up here if I have enough contracts. But as of right now, I'm expecting price to retrace hopefully into 50% of the range, and then we get that continuation higher. Yeah, let's leave this here. No reason not to. Right there. We are going to leave a gap here, but I don't. Yeah, because I have to time it right. I know that. I mean, even if we draw towards this low and then we draw higher, I would like to happen at 50 immediately, and then we draw higher. So we'll see. And then we have this gap here, of course, but the 15-minute was just too wide for me. Yeah, see, way too wide. Here, not so much. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. Oh, that's what I was trying to do. The 5-minute might be a little smaller. Nope. Nope. Let's take a look at the 1-minute. Nope, too big. Way too big. So I'm just going to leave this as is. Here. And I like this unicorn and this mitigation block because we also have a stop run in between. So it should hold this right here. I didn't add it because I don't need to, but let's add it. Jeez. 5 more minutes. I'll go ahead and connect here in a couple minutes to see. Again, the reason I do it is because I don't want to be Uh, I don't want to be impulsive, and I already have an idea of what I want to see, and if I see it, that gives me less time to have double thoughts. All right, one more minute, and then I'll go ahead and log in, and hopefully there's a pretty good setup. All right, let's go ahead and connect and see where we're standing. If price is already down here, then I'm not interested anymore. I want to see price maybe up here, but if it's already down there, then I'll be done. Not looking to give back any of my profits for the week. Uh, Damn. Looks like that was it. All right. Drawn liquidity was right. Um, Entry was almost okay. We did not draw into 50% of the range. Instead, we drew into a little bit above it. Did not get long. So that's my bad. Um, but yeah, that's it for the day. I'm not mad. I'm not. Yeah, I don't have FOMO because I was right as to the drawn liquidity. Um, I probably should have entered long down here when I noticed. I mean, not noticed, but I had an idea of what price was going to do overnight. I wanted to see a retracement. Then during retracement consolidation in Asia, manipulation during London into this area here, and then maybe price. Can't be mad at being right. Uh, the only thing I don't like is that I'm not in the trade. That's it. But other than that, I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm not gonna. Now that the objective is complete, though, what do? You just wait. You wait until you see something like this, right? Where? Okay, here we go. There you go, right here. You see something like this, and you just wait. You wait for some sort of structure. And okay, so here, objective higher. So structure. And what do I mean by that? You wait for price to go, and your bias is still bullish. So what do? You wait for price to draw a swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, and then during the macro, can buy model. Here on the 5-minute, you can probably sell buy double purge entry. Here, you don't necessarily need to see that. The better trade was this one because this one swept buy side. This one did not with this high here, right? It did not sweep side buy side, but it did draw what is it? SMT at these down here. So that's how you wait now that the objective has complete after it swept this buy side here. Because what you want to do is you want to see if price is going to continue drawing higher or reverse. It's going to do something like this. Displacement lower. There you go. Objective complete. Price displaces above. Sweeps buy side here. Sweeps sell side. Draws into 50% of the range and then draws lower. But yeah, but these I like to see sell side get swept first. After it sweeps sell side, draw some sort of consolidation. Sweep sell side, comes back up here to sweep buy side into an imbalance, draw lower. So either or. But yeah, I'm done for the day. No money made, but it's right on the objective. Sucks that I didn't get the entry I wanted. Yeah, sucks that I didn't get the entry I wanted and to this area here. But at least I can maybe try to get in later on today. It's Friday, so I don't expect on the higher time frame. We have right here. So on the higher time frame, 4 hour just swept buy side. Right. If you are expecting price to draw higher, if you are expecting price to continue higher, buy side needs to be swept first. So these people need to get these shorts needed to get knocked out of the market. Both sides of the market gets knocked out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm done for the day. I'll see you next week.